What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 28, and today we are not returning with the Carabao Cup Final because it's been rescheduled to a Wednesday night. That must be the first in League Cup Final history. Instead, today we've got the first leg of our Europa Conference League last 16 tie against Freiburg at home, but before that, Leeds away at Ellen Road in the FA Cup last 16. Before we get to those games though, shall we all be getting on off camera? So, of course, in the last episode, we had the 2-0 victory over Crystal Palace and then the 3-0 win against Copenhagen in the second leg of our Europa Conference League playoff round. Just two games off camera in the end, starting with a 4-0 loss away at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, but don't read too much into the scoreline here. Honestly, if you look at the stats, I thought we played just as good as Chelsea. Came down to who was more clinical. In the end, that turned out to be the Blues. Reece James gave them the lead right before the break, and then Heung-min Son scored 2 minutes afterwards, right before half-time. 2 goals conceded right before the break. Sucker punch, and then Mason Mount and Kai Havertz scored 2 in the second half as Chelsea ran out comfortable 4-0 winners. But we did respond away in midweek at the Madejski against Reading, top of the League One right now in the FA Cup 4th round replay. I picked a weak side, but I did have a couple of starters out there in Kelly and Batterina, and shock horror, it was Martin Batterina who scored the only goal of the game, 24 minutes in converting with a Tavernier cross as he turned in the goal to put us through to the 5th round, where today, of course, we will take on Leeds on this very weekend away down the road. So right now, on the back of the loss there against Chelsea, we dropped to 10th in the table, but again, we still have that game in hand, or possibly two, on the vast majority of teams. In fact, on all of the teams right now. So it's why this season, yes, I said we've spent quite a lot of time around here, but I've not really been too disheartened about that because we keep on having the games in hand to make up the ground. Yeah, so the Carabao Cup Final has been rescheduled to Wednesday night. Wednesday night, Carabao Cup Final. That must be the first in League Cup Final history. It happened directly after we beat Reading in the 4th round replay. And because that meant that we played the 5th round here on this weekend, Spurs have been knocked out, but we are playing this weekend. Well, they had to reschedule it because we've got Freiburg in Europa Conference League as well. I'm sure Spurs are still in Europe, just not in the Champions League. And that's coming on the same week as our games against Freiburg. So the FA had no choice but to reschedule it to a Wednesday night. That is incredible. But heading into the first game, it is indeed Leeds away down the road. And because we fielded mostly weakened side at the Madejski. We've got a strong lineup here for a Leeds side who, to be fair, are having a really, really good season. Right now in 11th place. They have just fallen to place a little bit, to be fair. They were just outside the European place not too long ago. But they're still having a pretty decent season, to be fair. And they could still qualify for Europe. So heading into the game, this will be our team. 4-3-3 Gegenpress. The only player that's down right now is Danilo Pereira. He had blisters. So, pulled knee ligaments. Who had the blisters? Must have been Batterina had the blisters, but pulled knee ligaments, so he's not going to play in the first game today. And of course, Jaden Anthony is ineligible because he can't play against his parent club. So this is our team. George is in goal, back for is Kelly, Zabani, Garza in ours with Scott McTominay and Batterina through the middle, Traore and Romero on the wings, and Dominic Solanke. That contract stalemate is still a big issue. Can't give him a new contract yet. Says he's very keen, but that was the 9th of February. 3 weeks later, he's not keen at all. Oh, I'm worried about this. On the bench, Ramos, Nandez, Doyle, Forsby, Blanco, Cook, Radulovic, Tavernier, and Danny Ings as well. First 2 games, Leeds, FA Cup 5th round. Furthest we've got. Now we get to the quarterfinals. Come on, you cherries. Yeah, I'm worried about Solanke, man. I am worried about that. I genuinely thought, because he's got Bournemouth in his favoured clubs and me as his favoured personnel, I'd have quite a few goes at negotiating contracts. That's why I wasn't, willing to cave into those demands. I didn't expect him to just be like, no, that's it. You've broken that promise. I'm not interested anymore. So I'm worried, man. I'm worried. But there's still a year and a bit to sort it out. So there's still time. But of course, in football, that goes pretty quickly. Anyway, first highlight coming in. Lovely ball by Batterina. Romero's through. Hits it straight at the goalkeeper. These two this season have been so good. Leeds have this wonder kid centre-half who I was very close to buying in the summer. Jake Byrne for his release clause at 46 mil. As Mitrovic heads over, I was so close to biting the bullet, and I thought, you know what, that would be a club record signing. He's only 19, he's only had 1 year of sporadic game time in the Premier League. Is it worth the gamble? Well, as he hits the post there and Aaron scrambles it off the line. Maybe I should have done so. Anyway, still tied at 0-0, half an hour into the game. Woodwork rawled, but no one breaking the deadlock just yet. I'd say that's the problem with like those wonder kids. Like you do find they are far and few between, especially when you are managing a low reputation club. So if you do find one, oftentimes you think you just got to bite the bullet. You just got to bite the bullet and spend the inflated transfer fee they're asking for, because otherwise they're probably going to go to a big team in a year or two. Anyway, still 0-0, and as things stand, set for extra time. No replays, of course, from this stage onwards. Thank God for that, because that's the last thing we would need. But I think someone's going to score in this second half here. Someone's going to break this deadlock, and I think this game might be separated by just a one goal. Kelly crosses the back post. Romero heads just into the side netting. Castagne to Tyler Adams, and now Barrios back to the wonder kid Jake Byrne as Charlie Creswell takes over. I had a bizarre dream last night. Millwall were in the Carabao Cup Final, by the way. We won 6-0. Really weird. Anyway, Batterina. Oh, put your laces through it, mate. Highlight Leeds. Oh, no. Penalty. Creswell pushed by Lloyd, and a chance for Leeds to make it through. We're temporarily down to 10 men with Romero off the pitch right now, but that is just... Oh, it's McTominay, actually, not Kelly. McTominay, that is just needless. Scott pushes Creswell. You can't do that in the VAR era. And Gelhardt scores. Bottom corner. Leeds are going through. Right, we're basically on FIFA football now. FIFA football for the final few minutes as we're down by a goal, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be Leeds see it out. I saw someone winning it by just a goal to nil. And to be fair, after the good start to the second half, I thought it'd probably be us, but instead, Leeds look as though they're going to make it through to the last 8 of the FA Cup. I did say though, to be fair, like, you know, the Carabao Cup, now we're into the final, this isn't as important to me. And as Georgie comes in, what is Georgie do? How many times has he done this, honestly? Georgie, once again, comes flying out of his goal, caught in no man's land, and an open goal sees Leeds progress to the quarterfinals. Where is he going? What is he doing? I swear I've seen this guy do this like 3 times already, and he's only been here for a year and a half. Georgie, that is so frustrating. I'll say, to be fair, we gave it your best. Good effort, lads, because, guys, I'm defending you here. You actually played alright. Just lost it for a penalty and a goalkeeper mistake. Come on. Well, I often say one gotta go, as Romero's pulled his groin. One gotta go when you're competing for multiple honours as we are. That was the FA Cup. We still got the Conference League and the Carabao Cup as well. One got to go. If it had to be the FA Cup, that's probably the one I would have preferred to go. I'm giving a couple of my players rests for the next 2 days. The captain Kelly and also Batterina as well. Poor Martin Batterina. I mean, this guy literally has to play every single game for me because I need him. I need him, man. Seriously. And he's having his best season for us as well. Highest ever average rating. Season high for goals already. And he's still got a third of the season to go. Joint season high for assists. Season high man of the match awards. Like, I know that I keep on gassing up Batterina and, you know, not gassing up Solanke as much. If you follow me on Twitter at @DotClans, you would have seen the meme yesterday. But he just, to me, he's just so important. Even that FA Cup 4th round replay against Reading, I was like, Martin, lace him up, son. Lace him up. I need you. And I did. He scored the winner. Just for those curious on Stoic, by the way, who's currently out on loan at Leicester right now. Having a really solid season in the Championship. Yet to notch up a goal or an assist, but as a centre-half, I'm not worried about that. 3 caps for Serbia at 18. Obviously, because we've now loaned him out, he can't become homegrown and train at the club. So that's something to remember as well. You know how much of a stickler I am for homegrown players. If you want to do what I do and sign those 18-year-olds and have them as homegrown and train at the club, you can't loan them out. You have to keep them at your club. They have to stay at your club for 3 consecutive years until 21 years old to get the homegrown. So he won't be able to become homegrown and train at the club now, but for his development and his exposure, definitely the right thing to do. He's progressing really well there with Leicester, currently in the Championship right now in a playoff place. Right, second and final game, first leg against Freiburg in the Europa Conference League last 16. We are at home at the Vitality of Freiburg. For those curious, mid-table in the Bundesliga right now, and currently in 9th place, going for a European spot. Kind of having a similar season to us, really, you'd say. And this is their team as well. Matthias Ginter is still there. He spent a few years at Dortmund and Mönchengladbach as well. They've got Broha, funny enough, on loan from... Is he still on loan from Chelsea? Yeah, on loan from Chelsea. So still at Chelsea right now, but on loan at the Bundesliga side. Yeah, it's an okay team. Eckstein, hard worker. You know, I love that. Great stamina and attributes as well. But I'd say our team is slightly better. Let's see if we can go ahead and prove that with the win in the first leg. So heading into the game, 3 days before the game against Brentford on the weekend. This will be our team 4-3-3. Oh, I keep forgetting Europa Conference League, you got more subs. Actually, I won't put Romero. I'll just leave one sub out. Okay, so this is our team. Georgie's in goal. Back for is Kelly, Pereira, and Metham, our CB duo. Go for experience today. Aaron's at right back. Scott McTominay and Radulovic through the middle. Here's Radulovic right now for those curious. Oh, I love those arrows. Baturina goes on the left-hand side. Traore's on the right. And Solanke leads the line. On the bench, Travers, Zabani, Nandez, Forsby, Blanco, Cook, Anthony, Tavernier, Ings, Garza, and also Doyle as well. But of course, before we play the game, you know I got to do this, man. You know I got to do this. It's something which has to be done, you know. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but the bench has to be in order. Has to be in order. Right then, second and final game, Freiburg. First leg of the tie. Come on, you cherries. The reason why I would prioritise the Europa Conference League over the FA Cup is because I actually think if you look at the teams remaining in the Europa Conference League here, yes, we lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv, yes, we drew Rapid Vienna in the group stage, but I'd say out of all those teams there, I'd say we're probably maybe the favourites. Like, I'd say based on the progression we've made in the save, maybe we're the favourites here, you know? Whereas the FA Cup, I wouldn't say that. And of course, don't forget we're in the Carabao Cup Final, so if we could have like a domestic cup honour and a European honour in the same season, to me, that would be more impressive than 2 domestic cup honours and no European one. In our first ever European season, lest we forget as well, as Baturina tries to get around his man, loses it, but Aarons will pick it up just inside the Freiburg half and drive down this right-hand side to whip one in if he can. No, you'll find Radulovic instead, the assist king this season. Back to Scott on the edge. Here's Traore, who scores. Perfect start, 90 minutes in, Hamid's 90 for the year. Yeah, this is Bournemouth's first ever European season in club history. To win it in our first ever, that would be hella impressive. That the Freiburg looking for a response here from the corner with Thijs Ginter finds Bino Gittens. Solanke dives in, and in the end, it's a fair challenge. And where we go on the break here, Traore tackled, but Baturina picks it up. McTominay out wide is Aarons, and he's found him. Max driving forward, back to Scott. Lovely ball. Radulovic, Baturina, Solanke. Was Baturina offside when the ball's played through? No, it stands. It's 2-0. Come on, Bournemouth. Come on. Stay tight defensively. Stay tight defensively. It's 2-1. Ball over the top. Bro converts to near post. 2-1. Oh, come on, guys. Don't capitulate. Don't capitulate. I thought the experience in the back line with... Metham and Pereira would pay off. Instead, it's working against me. What? Metham there? I swear he was going up for the header and just missed it. I want to see that on the 3D because it looked like he was going up for the header and actually missed it. Ball worked in and he just misjudges the flight of the ball, mistimes his jump, and Krattenmacher turns home from close range. 2-0 up, in a matter of moments, we surrendered the lead and it's 2-2. Fuck's sake, Chris, honestly. Oh, no, Baturina's got a bruise as well. I like Metham. I gave him a new contract because I do like him, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to say to the boys here, I'm disappointed. Seriously, we should be comfortably in front here. And in the end, we've bottled this. I do like Metham, but he does have a mistake in him, Chris Metham. He does have a mistake in him. Anyway, no changes right now. Even though Baturina's got a knock here, I'm leaving things as they are. Going forward, I trust us to get a third goal. We got to tighten up defensively. Come on, you cherries. Max got to win that. Well done. And now McTominay sends it down the line for Traore. We'll keep it in play there on this right flank. Can he cross the middle? Nobody can find Aarons. Into Radulovic. Lovely ball. Traore! Come on! Oh, it's offside. I just picked my mother tea up to have a little drink before the replay. And Traore's offside. Great vision by Radulovic, but unfortunately Hammer couldn't get back on side in time. Someone's going to win this. 2 minutes on the clock. Nandez to Metham. As Bournemouth look for a late winner. Alex Scott driving forward. I've given him the freedom. The ball through might find Jane Anthony, and it almost did as the keeper fumbled it. And in the end, Freiburg will escape. I think that is going to do it. It's going to be a 2-2 draw steps to Germany unless... Is that a penalty? It is! Penalty! Dominic Solanke from the spot. Drama on the south coast. Can Solanke give us a win to go to Germany? Was it ever in doubt? He's only missed one penalty since the save began, and it's number 30 for our number 9. Dominic Solanke wins it at the death and will go to Germany with a slender 1-goal lead. Advantage Bournemouth right at the final whistle. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Bournemouth come away with the victory, but just by the goal. But really, That should have been more comfortable. Thankfully, Batterina's injury is just a bruise. Mate, it wouldn't matter if your ankle was broken. You'd be playing on injections for the next Thursday night game away in Germany. But I think I might have to rest him in that game away against Brentford there. But huge win. Absolutely huge win. Done with a brace once again. Solanke, please, 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 please sit down with me one more time. And I promise you, I won't give you 100 grand a week plus, but I will give you a contract extension if you'll agree to anything around 90 to 95k. Right, guys, that'll do it for today's episode. So big thank you for watching. If you like my stuff, you'll have a fantastic day, and we'll return in the next episode with, for sure, the Carabao Cup Final. I can't see it getting rescheduled again. That's a Wednesday night game. They can't reschedule it again. Think of the fans, FA, honestly. But we'll do the second day against Freiburg and then the Carabao Cup Final. It won't be rescheduled again, I'm sure of that. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of Progress to the quarters of the Europa Conference League Online and our first ever Cup Final very soon.